His record is 6 wins, 6 losses. His height is 5 foot 8 inches tall, and his weight is 125 pounds. He trains with Notorious out of Newark, Ohio. Please make welcome Robert Warrior Presley. And in the red corner, his record is 10 wins and 3 losses. His height, 5 foot 3 inches. His weight, 125 pounds. He trains with Cage Fit out of Opelika, Alabama. He is your reigning 125-pound champion, and his name is Terrance Juice Jones! Michael Moe will be your referee for this fight.
Well, we are going to see the classic matchup. We got Robert Presley and Terrance Jones. The last time we saw Terrance Jones fight, he looked very dominant with the wrestling. And we're going to see if he's been working on a stand-up.
Well, like I said, his stand-up was still good last time.
Real funny after fight interview, I might add.
Oh, yeah, man. He's definitely a character. So one thing I was thinking about, his last fight, he was very dominant against Luke, but, he had a really busted-up nose, very badly broken nose. I wonder if this is going to play a factor if he gets hit in that nose again tonight.
Well, if you look at what Terrance Jones is doing right now, he's looking at movements, and every once in a while you see him looking at that front leg, which he just grabbed.
Well, his opponent threw a front teep kick and kind of gave it to him.
He's fighting for underhook hook, good ankle pick.
I think the strength of Robert Presley for this weight class, outside of his punching power, I think it goes beyond that. He's kind of a giant amongst smaller individuals.
I wonder if he has a tough cut to get down there.
I wonder. I think. He looks about 145 pounds right now.
That was a great job by him getting back up to his feet against a great grappler like Juice.
Well, Terrance Jones is going to have to figure this takedown out, and he's going to have to figure it out in this first round and second round. So if he's struggling already, this might be a long night for him.
Mike, he got up pretty easy, man.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of digging those underhooks right there.
And if you're Robert Presley right now, I would try to cover the nose and mouth of Terrance Jones, just kind of disrupt the breathing.
And Mike, I know you've talked about trying to do what you can to disrupt the breathing. That does help, especially. I would say more even for Juice. I think he should be trying to do that right now. He is a bigger, taller, stronger guy. Disrupt his breathing a little bit. Take away some of that power. This guy those hammers. You don't want that to keep going.
Let's just say you're not in a position to throw a heavy punch. Just put your hand over his mouth.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Robert Presley is getting up with relative ease.
Yeah. And most people don't against Juice, man. Once he gets you down, he usually solidifies that.
Yeah, he's kind of a blanket. Yeah, he can blanket you. And Terrance has got quite an extensive amateur background as well. Yeah, I don't know how much longer he's going to stay in these ranks, but he's certainly got the experience in order to turn pro. Man, Robert Presley is just a monster.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're in the same weight class.
No, you'd be sitting here talking to the commission. Come on.
Yeah. Who weighed this guy in? You only allowed to gain 15%.
Must have been his teammate that weighed in.
You have a twin brother?
They switched him.
Be a good little trick there, twin brother.
Yeah.
When he's fighting for that underhook, he gets that underhook, that leverage, him being such a bigger fighter. It really helps him tremendously.
Well, Robert is also pushing quite heavily against Terrance Jones. And I think Terrance Jones, rather than continuing to push against him, he might want to slide his hips underneath and maybe go for a throw.
What do you think? What do you guys think about that round?
I gave Juice just for the takedown. I don't know, man. It was pretty close.
I mean, he got a takedown, but I didn't really see him do any damage with it.
How much is a takedown versus, you can sit here and say, I took him down 2 or 3 times. Okay, but Robert got up 2 or 3 times fairly easily without sustaining any
after that,
issue.
there wasn't too much striking landed by either person, so that's a very difficult. I would not be surprised if we had difference in judges right there.
Yeah.
But I see your point exactly why Robert should have won that round, to be honest with you. I mean,
if you look at Robert's coach, he's in there, kind of cheerleading, going, come on, this is where we're supposed to be. This is what we expected. I think there was a game plan that really wasn't enacted in that first round. And now I think Robert's got the confidence to where he can possibly impose it because, based on the communication I saw in that corner, it tells me that there's a game plan that they saw going into the second round.
But I tell you, man, going into the second round, Robert Presley's got to be confident, right?
Absolutely.
Well, if you look at Terrance Jones, like his labored breathing, like his stomach, he's doing upper respiratory breaths right now. He needs to be taking it all the way down to the bottom of his stomach to kind of fill that tank up.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm very impressed with Robert Presley, man.
His break is helping him out.
It's helping out Jones more than it is, and it's the same corner.
No, they're having trouble getting the cage locked. That's what's going on. The doctor, who's
that's the commissioner. Yeah, he's a great guy, man. That guy is on top of his stuff.
You might just have to hold the cage.
I can't remember his name, but I've seen him a few times here, and he's done a fantastic job.
His name is Stan Frierson.
Man, that guy deserves to be in a position he's in. I've seen him do things last event.
That was like it was a third round.
Fantastic. Wow. The mistake Robert Presley's doing is he's going inside fighting on a guy he should be staying on the outside with. Yeah, and he's initiating that close fighting.
I would like to see some uppercuts in there, maybe a couple of double jab uppercut.
But when he's going in on them shots, man, his chin's high. He's not tucking his chin at all.
What Robert Presley's trying to do, he's trying to set a trap. He's hoping for Terrance Jones to shoot because he's got something for him.
Yeah,
and he came in stutter stepping, getting real close, hoping that Jones would go for that leg. He's waiting on something. You can see the setup is there. He's just kind of waiting to pull that trigger.
That was almost a throat punch, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, it looked good. It sounded good. It was trying to get to the chin there, but it kind of landed short.
Yeah, Terrance Jones has got to kind of pick his openings a little bit better when closing the distance.
Mike, I agree with you, man.
And, it's a very difficult thing for Robert to do right now because if you get too aggressive, come in with the punches, you're going to get taken down, and he knows that. So he's just looking for the right opportunity, trying to set up that right big punch like we talked about.
Oh, wow.
Let's take time right now.
Ooh. The longer this takes, the more it benefits Jones right now. I think it was accidental, obviously.
Yeah.
And you know what, man? Whenever that foot skims the cup, that hurts way worse than that blunt force.
That blunt force trauma.
Yeah, man. Just when it skims that cup and it rattles that cup, that hurts way worse, man.
All right. See, now Robert is probably coming back a little bit early, but that's to his benefit.
Yeah, he thinks, I got this guy kind of tired. I got to push the pace.
Yeah, a lot of respect between these two, obviously. So if I'm Robert, I think I would take my hands off of my body and close the distance just a little bit more.
Jeez.
That's
now,
two.
I don't. No, it was a different one. I think that was Juice.
Was that a payback?
Yeah. No, I don't think it was a payback. I think that's what happened.
Juice was circling out to his left, and he threw that inside.
Andy Law, I'm going to tell you what's happening.
What, sir?
What's happening is we've got Mr. Robert Presley waiting to land a knee to Terrance Jones' face on a takedown. And he's waiting for it.
But guess what, brother? You can't do that in the state of Alabama at an amateur level.
You can't do that?
You can't knee to the face.
Really?
Yes, sir, only to the body.
Maybe he's waiting for that uppercut.
There you go.
I don't know. I mean, if you look at the position he's leaving that leg forward, inviting Terrance Jones to take it.
Maybe he'll say, hey, it was an accident.
Juice is just getting real short on his punches, man. He's hitting the chest. He's landing, but he's hitting the chest.
What is that on his back?
Those are scratch marks. Yeah, those are scratch marks, and that's from long nails.
Oh, man, geez,
that's not from the fence. It's not from a punch.
Like Wolverine.
Before somebody gets in the cage, you're supposed to inspect the nails on a fighter, and that's the reason why.
Let me tell you, man, I've stopped the whole show when I was reffing to make sure that they had the fingernails short, man.
Yeah.
That could be dangerous.
Last time we were in Iowa, the guy got up to the cage. They stopped 2 different guys.
He's got a
cut
full
their
pedicure.
fingernails. Yeah. Good kick. That's what he's been waiting for, that kick to come back.
You know, I just don't understand why Robert threw that. It really wasn't open there, and he's been having a lot of success just staying on the outside, you know, peppering with the 1s and 2s, man.
I think maybe because there's getting frustrated. There's only 20 seconds left in the round. So.
Right.
And you know what, that takedown? Does that takedown really count when you get up like that?
No, sir.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
Like I'm saying, these are very, very close and tough
they're
rounds
close
to
rounds.
figure
Hey, can I
out.
go back on my first round decision?
Go
Sure.
ahead.
I think it's 2-0 Robert Presley.
I do too. And you know what I think?
I don't know.
Do what it determines that? Who's moving forward. And I know that might be, well, there's so much left to do in a fight. You're right, but everything else is even.
Yeah.
You know, when everything else is even, you got to go on aggression. You
Right.
know, it's essentially, it's kind of like just, control. Chris?
So, Chris, what did you think about that second round, sir?
Like I said, very close. I would not be surprised if 2 different judges had it 2 different ways. I see this has a lot of possibilities for a split decision. Here's a replay right there. A little skim of the cup. That hurts once again, just at an angle.
Huh.
But no, very, very difficult round to call.
You know what I have a feeling? I have a feeling that the scratches on Robert Presley's back are from the toenails of Jones.
That's a great assessment, actually.
I think because he landed that one kick.
All the way up around the back, huh? Possible.
Tell me that short little leg wrapped all the way around.
I'm thinking. So Terrance Jones keeps coming in kind of wild, and I think he's got to tighten up on his entries. That's a second hug.
See, I love the respect, man. I love it.
Take down attempt right away.
And that's what happens when you get too close to a Division I wrestler.
That's why you shouldn't hug. Is that what you're saying? Now he's inside mount. This is where he wanted to be.
Okay, well, Jones is going to have to do something with this position. It's good to have it, but you better do something
Great to have it, but you hold him down is not working. You know what I mean? If you, in my opinion, I don't care if you are side mount. If you're getting hit from bottom and you're doing nothing, you're losing the fight. But
I
a
agree.
lot of people don't see it that way.
I agree.
And, Robert Presley, he's
Good.
he's shrimping, he's moving. He's in no real danger here.
Like I said, he's not even being hit at that point. So how much does that count in his benefit when you got a takedown and you did very little with it?
Will Robert Presley get a takedown?
Well, the thing is, I don't think
Good
you
name.
could give him any credibility on that takedown. He didn't do anything to it.
No, he didn't do
so,
anything
you know,
with it.
I mean,
Yeah, but will the judges see that?
In a close round when nothing else happens, you do count the takedown as the only thing there is. But
And to Jones's credit, in the third round, he was fading his last fight. He's fighting stronger than he's had in this entire fight.
well,
up
I
until
think
this
he's
point.
had to, but now he is.
I wonder if Jones can make 115. Because right now he's winning this third round, which is exactly the opposite of what took place in his last fight.
Yeah.
Very impressive in terms of improvements.
But I mean, look at him right now. He's still not doing a whole lot on the bottom or on the top.
That length is giving him fits.
100. Yeah, that was a good right hand by.
Yeah, I wonder if Jones can make 115. Do you know what he wrestles at, Andy?
No, I don't know what he wrestled at. I think it was 115. Or
118 maybe?
118, that's what I
Yeah.
mean, 118.
Here,
But a guy like this might do real well in Japan.
I was going to say, herein lies the problem. There is not too much 115 in the
No.
States.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah. With the 10-3 record, a lot of those fights, including his wins, were probably outside of his weight class.
Yeah, probably.
Including this one, I
Yeah.
might add, obviously. So you're looking at positioning, and Jones is not doing much from the top.
But you know what? He is landing some punches from the top. So he's not just holding the guy down, doing nothing.
Oh, what do we got here? Armbar attempt.
I mean, in my opinion, did he do enough to win this round? Absolutely. I'm giving this round to do so. I'm going to predict a split decision on this fight. If it ends the way it does.
A hard one to judge.
First two, I'm predicting a split decision.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know who's
Me
gonna
too.
win.
No, I agree with you. I think Juice took the third on that one.
No, he took the third.
That's unquestionable.
But I mean, the first two were
very close. Very close.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Here's a replay right now showing a couple of those big takedowns got by Terrance Juice Jones. See if that was enough to win that round and the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, we've seen a couple questionable decisions, I think, to this point. And right now is we're depending on the Athletic Commission. and I got to tell you what I wish the Athletic Commission would do. These referees right here, they know the game. When they're not refereeing, they should be judging.
Now, and here's what I'm talking about earlier. We talked about that live scoring. Would that not have been great to know in between rounds 1 and 2 who won the round? In between round 2 and 3, who won that round? Who would not want to know that? Then there's no question. I have to adjust the way I'm fighting. I have to change things. You can even see, when you look, if you're not even fighting, you see how they're judging each round. Okay, this is how they're judging. We can adapt and change our styles.
You know what? If I'm,
the state of Tennessee started doing that.
They did. So did Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas did too.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like we had a decision here.
Yeah, we're gonna make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this title fight, your judges have scored this 29-28 red, 28-29 blue, and 30-27 red. Your champion, Terrance Juice
Are you serious? Judging's supposed to be an educated opinion, and it's not educated.
I'm not going to take away from the victory.
We're here
I take away from the 30-27.
with your new 125-pound champion, Mr. Terrance Juice Jones. Mr. Jones, if I can borrow you for just 1 second. Man, good. Man, that was a tough fight, man. Take us through as you was thinking through it, as you was going through it, how hard it was and how tough it was dealing with the constant pressure that Mr. Kelly was keeping on you.
Where I'm from, pressure's every day. Pressure make diamonds or bust pipes. I'm a diamond, baby.
So, Juice, man, you've got the title. Now this is what, win number 11? What's next for Juice Jones?
I'm gonna let my coach and trainer.
So let me ask you this then, Mr. Shane Mills, coach of Juice Jones, what is next for Juice? We going pro, baby. Give it up to your 125-pound champion, Juice Jones.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So, Andy.
Shout out all the ghetto kids. Shout out all the people that down. I do this for you.
Yes, sir!